Okay, y'all, just kind of wanted to go over a little bit of an August forecast with y'all so that y'all know what to expect for this month. So first and foremost, we have Chiron turning retrograde, okay? And that happened on the 3rd of the month. And Chiron's going to be retrograde until January 6th of 2027. It will be traveling through Taurus back into Aries, okay? Officially back into Aries on the 17th of September. So we're going to kind of have a little review here, okay? Like, have we been doing the healing work that we need to do in the Taurus and Aries area of our chart? Chiron retrograde is very much about digging into our wounds, doing some inner work, doing some inner healing, particularly in the area where things are starting to pop up for us. Almost these like little, oh man, I thought I healed that. Or, oh, there's another layer. That's kind of the Chiron energy, okay? So show up for yourself and do the healing work as much as you possibly can, friend. I'm cheering you on. We've got this. We're all going through this together, all right? Then on the 6th, we are going to have Venus moving into Libra, okay? And it is going to stay there until September 10th. I really like this, okay, because Venus is at its home and its domicile in Libra. So this kind of reminds me of matters of the heart, loving on ourselves, loving on the people that we love, as well as standing up for others too. On the 9th, we are going to have Mercury moving into Leo. And then on the 11th, we are going to have Mars moving into Cancer. Now, Mercury will only stay in Leo until the 25th. On the 25th of the month, Mercury is going to be moving into Virgo, where it will be super comfy, and it will stay there until September 10th. So we can see this as like shifts in our thinking, okay? What we're thinking about, what we're communicating about, what we want to share, what we don't want to share, things like that. And then with Mars, I don't really necessarily like that Mars is moving into Cancer, not the comfiest placement. We might feel our motivation kind of wane a little bit during this time, or motivated about different things. And Mars is going to stay in Cancer until the 27th of September. So then on to the bigger things, okay? And of course, we're going to dive more deeply into the eclipses as they come up throughout the month, okay? So stay tuned for Substack newsletters and things like that to dive deeper into that. But on the 12th, we are going to have our solar eclipse that's going to open the eclipse portal in the sign of Leo. So this is going to be like a new beginning on steroid, okay? I like to think about the eclipses as like bookends. One of the eclipses opens the door, the other one shuts it. So the door is going to be opening on the 12th, and then the door will close on the 28th with the lunar eclipse. And that's going to be happening in the sign of Pisces. So again, we're going to be diving deeper into that like in the individual videos. But overall, this eclipse season feels very much tied to shifting how we want to show up, who we are seen to be, what we want to be known for, and how we know ourselves. Welcoming in new beginnings in these areas, as well as, walking away from that which no longer serves us in those areas as well. And I really like the fact that on the 27th, we are actually going to have a Mercury cazimi. So right before this lunar eclipse peaks, we're going to have these deep aha moments. And I feel like those aha moments are going to help lead us towards the changes that we need to be making, help lead us towards anything that maybe we haven't yet been shown. So again, eclipse season isn't really necessarily a time to be feared, or a time to be fearful rather, but this is more a time to be paying attention. The universe is going to show us what it is we need to see, what it is we need to be changing, how we can be evolving, all of that. And if we're paying attention, we can heed those instructions. The stars always show us what it is we need to see, whether we want to see it or not, right? So keep your eyes open and be paying attention to what it is they're trying to show you. And also know that the undercurrent of this month, we have 4 retrogrades happening, all right? Again, Chiron just turned retrograde, Pluto has been retrograde, and then also Neptune and Saturn are currently retrograde. So we have this undercurrent of review, of reflection, of going back and rethinking, all right? Redoing, resetting, all of that. So do your best to embrace this month and all of its revelations as best you can. And if you want to go deeper into that and you want to see how all of this is going to impact you individually, reach out. I would love to dive deeper with you. Either way, let me know how, this feels to you just sitting with it. Let me know if you have any questions. And either way, I'm sending you all so much love. We've been through many eclipse seasons. We will get through this one as well. All right. I'll see y'all next time, friends. Bye.